Good evening. Welcome in daily UPSC editorial audio program. Enough is enough. Times of India. Enough is enough. Attacks in the Red Sea by the Houthis may hit India's oil trade. The Hindu. Now the full editorial. Enough is enough. The Times of India. Biden should tell Netanyahu that Tel Aviv actions are harming Israel, US, and global commerce. The US naval forces confronted Yemen's Houthis rebel in the Red Sea, fending off an attack on a merchant ship adds to the growing instability in West Asia. Houthis have been targeting Red Sea shipping, ostensibly linked to Israel, to get Tel Aviv to half halt its bombardment of Gaza. But Netanyahu recently said Israel's military operation will continue for many months. A difficult ally. So far, the US has provided Israel with immense military and diplomatic support, but Aviv's actions have only made life difficult for Washington. The US is having to expand considerable military resource is tackling Iran backed rebels in Syria and Iraq, and how these two support Israel. Israel is also taking on considerable economic losses. The war is costing it at least $260 million per day. Its much vaunted high tech industry has been an acute shortage of workers. Consumption has slumped, and the Israeli economy is expected to contract by as much as 5% in quarter 4 2023. Therefore, resettlement against Netanyahu's wartime administration is growing. Who gains? Certainly not the international community that is having to deal with disruptions to Red Sea shipping. The cost to ship a container from China to the Mediterranean was up by 44% in December. The only winners here are Iran, which has demonstrated its disruptive capabilities, and Russia, which has managed to draw attention away from the Ukraine war. Decision time. Biden in US election year. Biden should calculate the political cost of the Israel-Hamas conflict. We should put greater pressure on Netanyahu to define a clear exit strategy. Trump should be the Republican presidential candidate nominee. Will certainly blast the Biden administration for its involvement in foreign wars. It's time to tell Netanyahu enough is enough. Attacks in the Red Sea by the Houthis may hit India's oil trade. The Hindu. Suez Canal, key to crude imports from Russia and refined fuel exports to Europe. With inputs from Reuters, AP, and the US Energy Information Administration. Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis have been targeting vessels in the Red Sea since November to show their support for the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas in its war against Israel. This was prompted major shipping companies to take the longer and costlier route around Africa's Cape of Good Hope rather than through the Suez Canal. This is a cause for concern for India, as it is a major importer of crude oil from Russia and a significant player in the export of petroleum products to Europe, both of which require transportation through the Suez Canal. According to a recent Reuters report, at least 4 tankers transporting diesel and jet fuel from West Asia and India to Europe are taking the longer route around Africa to avoid the Red Sea. The diverted vessels was carrying a combined 2.4 million barrel of diesel and jet fuel. India is increasingly becoming a significant player in the petroleum product export market. In May last year, data analyst firm Kepler reported that India became Europe's largest supplier of refined fuels in the ongoing and previous financial years. The Netherlands was the biggest importer of India's refined fuels in financial year 23 and 24. April October, the country bought about 19,300 million dollar worth of refined fuel from India. These northbound oil shipment reach Europe via the Suez Canal. Chart A1A shows northbound crude oil and petroleum products volume from origin countries transiting the Suez Canal and the Summed pipeline, which transport crude oil north through Egypt. India was the third biggest player in terms of petroleum products volume sent north in the first half of 2023. Charter 1B shows the destination countries of the northbound crude oil and petroleum products volumes transiting the Suez Canal in the first half of 2023. The Netherlands was the single largest importer of such products, most of which came from India. These two charts show the significant impact that the attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea can have on India's petroleum products export. Both show million barrel per day of oil shipment. And even bigger worry for India is the record amount of crude oil it imports from Russia. In financial year 24 October April to October, India imported over 26,900 million dollar worth of crude oil from Russia, its biggest source of oil this year, with Iraq featuring a distant second 1500 A majority of this crude oil is arriving through the Suez Canal southbound to India. Chart 2A shows southbound crude oil and petroleum products volume from origin countries trans, uh, transiting Suez Canal in millions barrel per day in financial year 23 and 24 April October. Southbound supply of crude oil from Russia through the Suez Canal grew exponentially. Chart 2B shows the destination countries of the southbound crude oil and petroleum products volume transiting the Suez Canal. Most of the southbound crude from Russia went to India, followed by China in financial year 23 and financial year 24 April October. These two charts show the potential impact that the escalating tensions in the Red Sea can have on India's crude oil imports from Russia and other countries which use this route. Reports show that refiners in India are looking to increase supply from West Asia, as otherwise the cost of imports may rise given the risk involved in transporting oil through the Suez Canal. With retail fuel cost already at a historical high in India and the general elections approaching, it remains to be seen how this situation will unfold. Thank you.